Beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to our channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. And if you'd like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'd be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, and it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel if you really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated, okay? Okay. Hope you all are doing wonderful and great. Thank you for your like, shares, and subscribe. All right. The message that I have, collective, is to be mindful because everyone does not have the same pure intentions as you. You may be someone who has pure intentions. You may be someone who is very not perfect but honest. Someone very down to earth. Someone very direct. So the message is be mindful. Not everyone has pure intentions, and this could be involving many things. This could be involving something at work, something in your personal life. This could be something in a relationship, something going on in a community within your family. This could be some kind of skill, trade, hobby, something you're involved in, a group you're connected to. The message is to be mindful because everyone does not have pure intentions. That doesn't mean that everyone is bad. That doesn't mean that this message is to project fear or negative energy. It's just to consider that everyone is not you. You're not everyone. Okay, we are all from different backgrounds, and some people know better and some don't. But some choose to engage in certain energy. Sometimes there are people who love chaos. There are people who love toxicity. There are people who love and enjoy to plan, plot, and strategize against others. But there also are kind people, honest people, down to earth people, and there are people who do have pure intentions. So this is not to say that everyone is negative or a bad person. There's really no difference in between the two. Those who know, but to just be mindful that everyone does not have the same intentions, and this is involving just about any and every area of your life. And so this is just something to keep in mind, not to be hyper focused on, but something about being considerate. As I was just mentioning, we all are from different backgrounds. We all had different upbringings. We've all had different experiences, and nobody's pain is more painful than the next. Spirit is saying so. Maybe you are a counselor. Maybe you are a teacher. Whether this is at church, whether this is at a school, whether this is at a rec center. Maybe people look at you as a teacher, a life coach, a counselor, a psychiatrist, a therapist. Maybe you're just admired and respected by many, including the youth. Okay, you could be the head of a board. You could have some kind of leadership position where people look up to you and have a lot of admiration for you. But be mindful, not everyone has pure intentions, and so you could also be someone who's receiving a lot of accolades, reward, appreciation, positive compliments as well. So while you are interacting with those, your colleagues or coworkers who are working with you or among you, just be mindful of who you interact with. Be mindful of sharing any plans of progress that you have. Okay, there's something about you being admired so much. People respect you and they admire you so much that there could be someone either on your job, or this group or setting that you are connected to who wants to slander your character because you are receiving a lot of great compliments behind your back, collective. Okay, there's a lot of positive things being said about you and what's going on. There's someone who's, they have a lemon on their tongue. Whenever they hear your name being spoke of, maybe it's your off day, and maybe someone is asking about you, hey, where's the collective? I sure love when they're here. We have a good time. I love their work. So you're being admired, and there's someone who's listening and they're not utilizing that as motivation to do their best. They're taking it, your progress as envy, okay? Yes, they're taking your progress as envy. This could be someone who has showed you that they admire your work, so they have respect for you. But I did a speech on this. It's in my archives. It's on my channel. It's titled "When Admiration Turns to Envy." How at one point a person could show respect and support for what you're doing, but as you begin to progress and move forward up the slope, there are many, where their admiration will eventually turn to envy. They will change, how they feel or how they see you. And it's because the idea of you just being you, whether you're working on progress or whether you're receiving accolades or you just simply being you, collective, it sends off a reflector. It's like a signal. We all are mirrors to each other's. All humans, we are mirrors to each other. We are supposed to witness enlightenment. We are supposed to witness progressing of people outside of us. And one of the reasons, let me correct myself, is so that we can be inspired to come into our own power, so we can be inspired to work on the things that we are passionate about within our own personal lives. But instead, there are people who look at your progress as a threat. And the reason they look at it as a threat because it reflects and remind them of untapped potential that they have not tapped into, or unresolved resentment that they have chosen not to heal. So the more that they see people progress, you or anyone else, it begins to create tension, and that's where the resentment come in, and that's where the admiration turns to envy. And so they want you to be mindful of this. Be mindful. There's a strong need for you to pay attention to your intuition. Don't disregard it. But this is someone who needs emotional healing. This is someone who has wounds from their childhood that needs to be addressed. This person or these people are experiencing some kind of jealousy or envy involving something that has nothing to do with you. So they're saying for you not to change who you are. It's not like you're trying to be fake or pretend. You can't help that maybe you're the person who shows up and you have perfect attendance. You can help that you're the person that knows how to follow the job description, or maybe you have a timeline for certain projects, and maybe you're the employee or the teacher who gets everything done on time. And so that is honored and it's respected, and it should be. But there is someone who is envying this. They don't like it. And you may be aware, you may not be aware, but this is just a simple spiritual notification that there's some envy in the air of your progress. But they want you to keep doing what you are doing here. Don't dim your light or change for anyone, and perfectly so. We have the Five of Wands here. This is competition, and this is conflict in the midst of competition. This could be someone who wants to compete, but in the process of them competing with you, number one, they should change it into a positive competition by simply, letting you know, hey, I admire what you do, you know what, and you inspire me. But instead, this person is behind your back, possibly spreading gossip or rumors, or doing something snakish, cleverly snakish behind your back. Maybe trying to interrupt some kind of project or sabotage some kind of project or something that you're working on, okay, or spreading gossip or lies, okay. But this Five of Wands represents competition, and feeling like they want to be the first one, to get to the end point. They want to be the first one to be noticed. And so this is someone, like I said, who has issues that are deep rooted that has nothing to do with you. So source is saying for you to stay focused on yourself, because with the world card here, cycles are closing out for you, and you are moving forward, and you're moving to a whole new timeline. You may receive some kind of promotion. You may also, if not offer, someone may tell you about a job at another location. I'm picking up another location, another school, another organization, with higher pay, with more responsibilities, but it comes with higher pay and more benefits. And this is because of who you are naturally. This is not a put on. You are who you are. It's in you. It's not on you. Okay. This could even be someone who could even envy the way you dress. Okay. Maybe you show up to work very neat, very clean and organized. Okay. Doesn't matter what your age is, male or female, but there's just some jealousy and envy in the air when it comes to your career or some kind of group that you are attached to, and it's simply because you are being admired. The youth loves you. Your coworkers love you. Management loves you. HR is saying good things about you. Um, you may work somewhere where there's a reward board for the employees, like employee of the month, or maybe you get a favorite parking space, that kind of thing, and your face is there and your name is there. And when this person sees it, they become upset when they should really be inspired. Okay, so yeah. And so the spirit is saying that you can rest and you can rejuvenate. This is just a spiritual notification. Continue to be who you are. Enjoy all the favor and opportunities that come your way, but you are protected. This person will not be able to prosper because the slander that they are trying to put on your name, collective, people do not see you in that light. They know that you're not fake. They know that you're not phony. They know that you're not pretending to be anything that you're not. And since you're highly loved in this environment, they're coming off as the oddball because they're listening, but they're also looking at them. They're giving them the fisheye like, wait a minute, you're the only one that's trying to slander the collective. This is weird. We have love for the collective. We love working with them. We love what they do. They are an asset to this company. Why are you choosing to slander them? So they're making themselves look very foolish. They're making themselves look very infantile. And so the weapons that they are trying to form, they will not prosper, and they can try and work hard, to do all kinds of underhanded schemes or tricks, but it will not work. They're going to find themselves exhausted, spirit is saying, okay? The more they gossip, if they're trying to sabotage any kind of project that you have going on, they're going to find themselves very tired, feeling depleted, a lot of fagitude or whatever of, from just trying to comfort someone who isn't bothering them. And this is unwarranted energy as well. When they really need to be focused on healing themselves, whatever trauma or negative experience or emotional healing that they need to take care of that happened to them in their childhood, they need to be seeking advice or getting some kind of counseling on the situation. So learning how to surrender the pain. This person should be in prayer, meditation. If you are a therapist or a life coach or a teacher, as I just said, they need to be seeking advice or getting a referral from you. Maybe you know someone they can talk to. But either way, they are afraid of this energy here, this Nine of Cups energy. This is good luck, happiness, and abundance, and they want to block it or stop it. But see what they are doing, and this is something that haters don't realize. You should never, be envious or jealous of anyone, because anything we desire, we can all obtain it. All we have to do is apply ourselves. But they want to stop this, and they cannot stop this for you. This is part of your soul purpose, the career and the job that you are on, and that's why you're so successful at it. So they may be calling you fake or phony or trying to make you look bad, or maybe they know some dirty laundry about something that occurred within your family. I'm picking up. Maybe you shared it with them in the past, and maybe they want to spread it all over the office or all over the school, wherever you work at. But it's not going to work. They cannot interrupt what the divine has for you. Okay, but what they're doing with haters, like I said, don't realize that the more you come for people and you project negative energy, you're actually creating karma for yourself that you have to clear. And as I always inform, the Karma Cafe is always open 24 hours, and you never know when your serving is going to come. So no one is perfect, but in this time, no matter who you are or where you are on your mission in life, we all should be very mindful of the energy that we project. And just because you haven't said it doesn't mean that spirit does not know. Even if you have those negative, nefarious thoughts in your heart regarding the collective and you have not said it, but every time you see them, your stomach quivers because maybe they wore a new suit to work, or they got a new purse, or you're angry because they have a new vehicle, or it could be a lot of things. Or you could be a male figure as well. This is male or female energy. You got a nice haircut, and every time you leave a barber shop, you come in at the beginning of each week looking crispy. These things bother people. It sounds petty and infantile, but that's the kind of energy that we're dealing with. There are people worldwide, regardless of what their tax bracket is or where they come from, who indulge into this infantile behavior, who are really just unhealed. There are people who choose not to heal the deep rooted emotions, negative imprint, or pain that they may be carrying with them. They just choose to carry it with them. And as they move about and grow in life, what they will do is project it onto everyone around them, whether this is their husband, wife, their lover, their family, their friends, their co-workers. They'll just project that energy. This is that energy of, the person in the office that likes to gossip. This is that energy of the person who's just toxic, male or female. Okay. All right, as well as the Knight of Cups. This person could also be kind of envious or jealous because they know that you are in a committed relationship, whether you have a living spouse or you are married. This person could envy that. Maybe you do have a spouse who sends you flowers to the office or brings you lunch. These kind of things irritate those who do not have their life together, or those who just don't love themselves. Because when you know how to love yourself, you learn how to mature and grow, and you learn how to be happy for others. Now, you don't have to like everybody, because everybody's not for you and you're not supposed to be for everybody. But you should have a mature level as you move forward. You should be able to be okay with seeing someone win. It should not frustrate you. It should not make you mad. It should inspire you and intrigue you to work on yourself. Okay? And so this person could be feeling this energy of the Ten of Wands, but they're too focused on you. They're focused on you so much. Spirit is saying, they can't see that, that they are away from the top of this hill. Now, imagine carrying all this luggage here, and this person is by themselves with this animal here. Now, they come from the top of this hill, so that means that long walk there could have been very burdensome with the Ten of Wands here. This person is so much in your business and trying to slander you and focused on you, they don't realize that they are off the hill and all they have to do is drop the baggage. They don't realize, collective, all they have to do is drop the baggage. And that's by doing the emotional healing. That's by surrendering what no longer serves them. They're so hyper focused on you that they're going to miss the boat. And that often happens for a lot of people. You could be hyperly focused on someone, overly concerned with someone else is doing in their life, who they're sleeping with, what they look like, where they work, where they get their money from. There's folks who be pocket watching, okay, measuring what somebody else is getting. Never mind what someone else is getting. You could use that energy focusing on your own money, getting to your own bag, and that way you don't have to measure others. It's just that simple. They can't block it. See, we have the Nine of Cups, and then see, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And so this is harmony and cohesiveness. And so you give off the energy. You have that very alluring energy where they are guaranteed. People can see the energy of favor and opportunity. They know when the blessing is raining on you. They know when prosperity is headed your way, collective. And this Ten of Pentacles energy is harmony, a lot of cohesiveness in your home front, in your relationships, and in your connections. And you are magnetizing this energy, and this is what they want to stop, okay? But they cannot, okay? This is part of your path, this career move, or this could be something, if this isn't your career, this could be something that you volunteer to do. Like I said, you could work at a rec center, you could work in your church, maybe you do this just helping the youth or helping the community. just trying to be of assistance where you can. And maybe you started off volunteering, but then they eventually offered you pay. Then from them offering you pay, they love your work and now they want to promote you. I'm just giving different scenarios, so put it where it resonates. And so, you don't need permission to be great, and it's not your fault that you are great. And so, Source is saying just make sure you don't dim your light because people like you are needed. You're needed for the youth, you're needed in the world that we live in today. Okay. So this is someone, clearly they may have Scorpio placement in their chart, but they clearly need to go through a death and a rebirth. They need to surrender those negative thoughts that they have about themselves because it's evident that this person does not love themselves because they're giving too much of their power away. When we're hyperly focused on other people, that's giving your power away. So this person needs to go through a death and a rebirth. Okay. See, the moment they change their mind, they can change their life. The moment that they change their mind, they can change their life. Okay. And so the next card we have here is the Eight of Wands. And with this Eight of Wands energy, this is information coming in fast. It's going to create a lot of excitement in your life. Now, this could be the offer of a promotion or to that new location I was just mentioning. And this is going to have this hater or these haters giving you the fisheye. But Spirit is saying, go ahead, live your life, accept, okay? You do not have to have survivor's remorse. You do not have to feel guilty. You want that position, whatever they're offering. I hear it's coming with more money, it's coming with more benefits, a little increase in the job description, but not much, okay? You could be maybe managing so many people, up under you, but either way, you're perfect for this position and it's going to be offered to you. And if you know in your heart you want this, go for it, okay? And so this is going to make them angry as well. But you're not going to accept, because it's making them angry. You're going to accept because this is part of who you are. This is part of your mission. You're in your purpose, okay? This is part of your path. It's written in the stars for you to be here at this time, to hear this confirmation, not a coincidence, in this read that you're on the right path. And that's why you are constantly experiencing reciprocity in your life. This is generosity and great fortune. And the person that is giving you the fisheye, see, they're trying to measure and they're wondering why. That's because you're standing in your authenticity. So, as I keep saying, the moment that they take time to find out what is it that they are passionate about and get some help with surrendering whatever it is that is hurting them on the inside, that's when they'll be able to change their lives. You change your mind, you can change your lives. There's a need for this person to go into the hermit mode. This is Virgo energy, sun, moon, or rising, or any placement. There's a need for this person to go within, okay? Have the faith, and, be practical towards the healing process. Go ahead and reach out and get some counseling from someone, somewhere. Do some prayer, but they need to surrender that because it only creates stagnation. Hate creates stagnation. It's all about love. That's the frequency that we are on. If you're trying to win, and I'm talking about genuine love. If you still got hate in your heart, you're angry with people, you don't have to deal with people you don't want to. That's not what I'm saying. You do not have to deal with anyone whom does not have your highest good in regard, or any toxic or karmic family, friends, or anyone for that matter. But you should be operating out of the space of love. And anyone who is around you who is not working towards that as a goal, be mindful because you do not want their energy to rub off on you and taint what you have going on or taint what you are building. You do not want to go into the energy of the Ten of Swords, but the highest frequency is love. And I'm not talking about a pretend love, the love of thyself, the love of the Christ within. And when you can learn to love yourself wholeheartedly, then you're not jealous of other people. You're not envious. You're not interested in plan, plotting, or strategizing. You don't want to hear any gossip. It doesn't interest you. You have a distaste for the negativity, and it'll start to grow within you. That's how you know you're growing. That's how you know you're maturing. That's how you know you're in your bloom season. When the nonsense starts to be an irritant to you. And when I say irritant, not to where you want to get in a cussing or raging moment of screaming. No, where you're just not interested. You're like, no, life is too precious. I'm too grateful to spend my energy, aka my currency, on foolishness. It's none of my business what the next person is doing. It's my business to mind my own business. How about that? you know? For those who choose to be clever, and ignore that we are constantly in the energy of evolution, metamorphosis is taking place. Things are constantly changing inside and outside. But those who want to stay on this type of time and energy, they have free will to do so. But Spirit is saying for others to stay out the way, meaning don't even be caught socializing with these people. You don't want to be caught in the crossfire of someone receiving their karma. Someone who likes to be deceitful, sneaky, conniving, plan, plotting, and strategizing to hurt people, wishing for people downfall. Even if it's not an action, it could be negative thoughts towards other people. Be mindful of entangling yourself, collective. You don't want to be caught in the crossfire, energetically speaking, at the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay? All right? Energy is not destroyed, it simply transfers from one person, place, or thing to another. Okay? So the Ace of Swords is present and saying that you are enlightened, you are fully equipped, you have all that you desire. It is within you, and you know how to take care of yourself, you know how to protect yourself, you know who you are, and you know what you want. So once again, when that offer comes through, that opportunity, take it because you want this opportunity. Whatever it is, you want it. Do not have survivor's remorse. Do not feel like, oh, I'm going to leave my friends behind. You'll find new ones, okay? Or they can see you on the weekend, okay? With the Page of Pentacles here, you've been very studious with yourself. You've put in the work to maintain your balance and stability throughout your life. Your life has not been perfect. You've earned your spot to get here. You've earned your rite of passage. No one's life is perfect. You've endured some things, but you did not choose to hang on to them to the point where it allowed you to be stagnated and block you from walking in your purpose. And so this could be something that you're working on. You could be someone who does a lot of healing work and surrendering on a regular basis. Okay, but you are not trying to hurt others. You're not wishing harm on anyone. You're actually, hoping for the best. And you're also assisting this community. I'm talking to a teacher, a healer, a therapist, a counselor. You do something in the community, the church. You work at a school, a rec center. Did I say rec center? You're doing something. Or maybe you're just someone in your neighborhood who people admire and respect. You're no nonsense. You're like the wise person in the neighborhood. You help a lot of people. If you can't help them, you give resources. You tell people where they can go or what number to call. You're one of those people, but you're so needed and you're so necessary. And so the divine is just saying, continue to be who you are. This is just a notification that somebody's drinking haterade, but they can't touch you. They can't harm you. Okay. You're just you know, a blur to them. They cannot reach you. You're on a whole nother vibration in a whole nother frequency. So this concludes the read. I hope and trust it assists you for your highest good. Later.